Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to solve MCQs based on the Roman play Antony and Cleopatra by Shakespeare. The first thing which we should remember is that it was first performed in 1607 by king's men and was first printed in the 1623 first folio. Now, let's begin with the questions. Question number first. Antony and Cleopatra might be regarded as a sequel to what other Shakespearean play? Now, look at the options. Coriolanus, Julius Caesar, Timon of Athens, Titus Andronicus. And the correct answer to this is B. Antony and Cleopatra is a kind of sequel to Julius and Caesar. We know that Julius and Caesar ended with the defeat of Brutus and Cassius, and Octavius and Mark Antony were the winners. But there was some tension between them, which has been then added into this sequel. Now, second, what ancient source did Shakespeare primarily use for his play, as well as Julius Caesar and Coriolanus? For all his Roman plays, what source did he use? And the options, and correct answer to which is option C, that is Plutarch. He uses Plutarch's work Lives, which is also called Parallel Lives, which is a collection of 48 biographies of important persons written in Greek. And it is also important to remember that Antony and Cleopatra, along with Julius Caesar and Coriolanus, are the plays based on Roman histories. Shakespeare's plays that are based on Roman history. Now, question number third. This play is unique among Shakespeare's work for its enormous scope of location. What locations featured in the play? It is also an important point of the plot to remember what locations featured in the play. And this is one of the Shakespeare's play in which there is a very large setting. So the correct answer is A, Alexandria, where Queen Cleopatra resides. Then there is Rome, Messina, Messenium, Syria, Actium, and Athens. Moving on, question number 4. Who rules the Roman Empire when the play begins? Now, we know that the play starts after Julius Caesar, where Julius Caesar ends. So we know that after winning from Brutus and Cassius, the new triumvirate was ruling Rome, which consisted of Octavius, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. So the correct answer will be B. Moving on, question number 5. The Act 2, Scene 2 contains the famous speech about Cleopatra, which begins, "The barge she sat in, like a burnished throne, burned on the water," which contains the line, "Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety." Who makes this speech? Looking at the options, we know that option A is correct. It is Anobarbus who says this about Cleopatra. Moving on, question number 6. What is the name of Antony's sword? This also is an important question, which was named after the battle he fought in Julius Caesar, the Battle of Philippi. So, looking at this battle, we know that answer has to be option A, Philippian. So, Antony's sword was named Philippian after the Battle of Philippi. Question number 7. An important question. In the 17th century, this play was briefly eclipsed in popularity by another play on the same subject, whose title was All for Love. Which great poet wrote this play? All for Love had the same subject matter as that of Antony and Cleopatra. So who wrote it? It was option C, John Dryden. It also has another title, which is The World Well Lost, and it was published, All for Love was published in 1677. Good point. Now, moving on to question number 8. What does Antony send Cleopatra as a token of his love? When Antony has to go to Rome to fight against the Pompeys, he sent something as a token of his love. What was it? It was a pearl. Now moving on to question number 9. Which of his formerly faithful friends abandons Antony? This is also an important question. So looking at the options, it's option D. Anobarbus, who was with Antony from the start, he abandons him in the final battle. Question number 10. Who does Caesar put at the front of his fighting forces to demoralize Antony? Options: little boys, deserters from Antony's army, Cleopatra's forces, or little girls. The correct answer is B. Deserters from Antony's armies. The deserters who joined hands with Caesar were put in front of the battle. Now, question number 11. Who first abandons the sea battle at the naval battle of Actium? It's also an important battle which features in the plot. Who abandons it? And the correct answer is Cleopatra. Cleopatra, who was fighting alongside Antony, abandons the battle and retreats, seeing which Antony also retreats. Question number 12. Who kills themselves rather than kill Antony? It is almost at the climax when Octavius is about to kill Antony. He says to one of his servants or friends to kill him. Who was he? He was Eros. But instead Eros killed himself. And here it is also an important point to remember that among Romans, suicide was considered as an honorable thing. Question number 13. The attitude of most of Antony's soldiers regarding Antony's affair with Cleopatra could be best described as: was it loving and pleased? Was it disdainful and disapproving? Was it satisfied and proud? Or angry and surprised? We know from the opening scene that it was disdainful and disapproving. The soldiers disapproved of this. Question number 14. A triumvir is. What is a triumvir? As we have also studied in the last video, it's option C. A triumvir is one of the 3 members of the triumvirate, which is an alliance of powerful generals who rule Rome and all her territories. Question number 15. Antony marries Octavius Caesar's sister because... Why did Antony had to marry Caesar's sister? The correct answer is so that the alliance between Antony and Caesar must be sealed. Question number 16. The war between Antony and Octavius is initiated by whom? And the correct answer to this is D, by Octavius. Moving on, question number 17. How does Antony react to the news of Fulvia's death? Fulvia is Antony's wife. How does he react to his death? And the correct answer is A. He says that he regrets having wished her dead and wishes her back. Question number 18. What solution does Agrippa propose to establish peace between Caesar and Antony? This is also an important point. Agrippa is the one who suggests a suggestion to impose peace between Caesar and Antony. And the suggestion is this, that Antony should marry Caesar's sister Octavia. Now, 19th, the triumvirs offer Pompey control of Sicily and Sardinia in exchange for what? Pompey, who was a very powerful force in the sea, was offered the control of Sicily and Sardinia in exchange of something. What was it? It was option B, ridding the sea of pirates and furnishing Rome with supplies of wheat. Question number 20. How does Pompey react to Mina's suggestion that they kill the Roman triumvirs and thereby make Pompey the most powerful man alive? When the triumvir are at Pompey's ship, one of Pompey's officers, Mina, suggests that they should kill them while they are drunk. To which Pompey replies that answer D. He says that he wishes Mina had done the deed without telling him. Now, question 21. What does Cleopatra contribute to Antony's battle with Caesar? What is the contribution of Cleopatra to Antony's battle with Caesar? Cleopatra contributes with a fleet of 60 ships. So answer option A is correct. Question 22. How does Antony react to Cleopatra's first flight from battle? In the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra retreats with her ships. And how does Antony react to it? It's B. He also follows her and leads his troops in a retreat as well. Okay, moving on to question number 23. On the night before his fight with Caesar, what sign of bad fortune do Antony's soldiers encounter? The supernatural element which Shakespeare so often uses. What is it? It's option C, a strange music, which the plot tells us is that associated with Hercules, the Greek mythological hero, whom Antony idolizes. Now, coming to the last question, 24. How does Antony react to the news of Anabarbus' desertion? How does Antony react to the news that Anabarbus has deserted him and joined his alliances with Caesar? It's option E. He grieves for having corrupted an honest man, orders his friend's possessions returned to him. Now we are done with the video, and these MCQs would almost cover most of the questions that could be asked. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any suggestion, please leave comments and please subscribe. And stay tuned and connected for more such content which will definitely help you in the upcoming JKPSC 10+2 lecturers exam. Thank you.